And this is an example right here. This is Mark chapter 12, verse 41. And there came, verse 41, and Yahushua sat over against the treasury and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much. So you're going to have believers. You're going to have believers that's so-called well off. You're going to have believers and followers that's financially, good or financially better than certain other followers. Okay? And the rich cast in much. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a far thing. And he called unto him his disciples, and said unto him, Verily, meaning truly, I say unto you, this poor widow have cast more in than all they which have cast into the treasury. All right? Why do you say that? For all they did cast in of their abundance, meaning they had it to give. It wasn't nothing to so-called, give more than expected, because they got it to give. For all they cast in from their abundance, but she of her want did cast in all that she had, even all her living. Why did she do that? Because of faith, her great of faith. She didn't have it to give, but she did it because she knew that she would receive a blessing from Yahushua. She knew that she stored up her treasures in heaven. Okay? She knew that because she stored up her treasures in heaven, and that's what it's about. You're not supposed to worry about getting it back on this side or getting it back from that particular brother you lent to. You're supposed to know it's out of sincerity. All right? That was an act of her faith. All right? That was an act of her faith. She showed great faith by giving her last because she knew she was storing up her treasures in heaven. And let's get that. And I'm going to read that script one more time, and that's going to be it. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Well, I'm going to go to 18 because this is spiritual. Matthew 6 and 18. That thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Oh, matter of fact, I'm going to get verse 1. Matthew 6 and 1. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them. So you're not supposed to be doing your business all out in the open. If you hitting a brother off, do it secretly, and don't announce that you hit brothers off. That's between you, him, and the Most High. Okay? To be seen of them. Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. So you ain't going to be storing up treasures in heaven because it's going to say it. Therefore, when thou doest alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Because they broadcasted when they did their business, because they wanted respect of the people. They wanted to be Mr. Popular. Oh yeah, that's the charitable guy right there. Yeah, he's super charitable. He receives his reward from men. But you ain't storing up your treasures in heaven. Okay? But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thy alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And how does he reward thee openly? Because gradually, slowly but surely, you grow in the spirit. Gradually, you get more understanding of the scriptures. Gradually, you get more responsibility in this truth. Okay? So that's how he reward thee openly. You start to grow spiritually. So this is the last verse. Verse 19. Lay not up your treasures in heaven upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. For where your treasures is, there will your heart be. Okay? So when that woman gave her last 2 mites, she showed how great a faith She believed upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So she was storing up her treasures in heaven, because for that, she's written in the book of life. Her acts is written in the book of life. Okay? Her righteous act is written in the book of life. She did a righteous deed. So that's what you're supposed to do when you receive a gift from the Most High. When you receive, or you run into some loot, or when you got to pay tithes. Have faith. Have faith. Pay your tithes. Give offerings. Give what you can. Because the Most High knoweth your heart. Okay? But that is a righteous act. That's works with faith. Okay? Paying tithes is works with faith. But with that, I hope you brothers was edified through the Spirit. And until the next time, I say Shalom.